Today we made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire. Hopefully we'll take this offer now to the Russians. And we hope that they'll say yes, to peace. The ball is now in their court.
The ball is now in Russia's court. That was the message from US Secretary of State Marco Rubio following negotiations over a potential ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia. 3 years into the conflict, Ukraine has announced its willingness to accept an immediate 30-day ceasefire as the US pledged to lift restrictions on military aid and intelligence sharing. The high-stakes talks were held in Saudi Arabia and announced in a joint statement, coming nearly 2 weeks after a heated Oval Office exchange between President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. That meeting led the White House to temporarily suspend aid to Ukraine despite objections from European allies.
Right now you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Now Zelenskyy hopes Russian President Vladimir Putin will reciprocate. If he agrees, it would mark the first ceasefire since the full-scale invasion began in 2022. Speaking outside the White House on Tuesday, Trump expressed his optimism.
Ceasefire, Ukraine, ceasefire. Just agreed to a little while ago. Now we have to go to Russia and hopefully President Putin will agree to that also. If we can get Russia to do it, that'll be great. If we can't, we just keep going on and people are going to get killed, lots of people.
Ukraine confirmed its readiness to accept the US proposal for an immediate interim 30-day ceasefire extendable by mutual agreement. However, the deal remains contingent on Russia's acceptance and implementation. Following the talks, Zelenskyy thanked Trump in a televised address, reaffirming Ukraine's commitment to peace.
І я хочу подякувати президенту Трампу за конструктивність у розмови наших команд. Україна готова до миру, свою готовність.
US officials hope the agreement will pave the way for broader negotiations to end the war. Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, is expected to travel to Moscow in the coming days to formally present the ceasefire proposal to Putin. However, it remains unclear whether the Kremlin will accept the terms. The statement also reignited discussions about a controversial minerals deal that would grant the United States a 50% stake in revenues from Ukraine's mineral wealth. Meanwhile, fighting on the ground continues. On Tuesday, Russia's defense ministry claimed its forces had recaptured over 100 square kilometers of territory, including 12 settlements in the Kursk region, which Ukraine had seized 7 months ago. Adding to tensions, Ukraine launched its largest drone attack on Moscow since the war began, mere hours before the peace talks in Jeddah. Russia's defense ministry reported that 337 drones were launched overnight on Monday, including 91 targeting the Moscow region, killing 2 people in the process. Now, all eyes are on Putin. He must decide whether to agree to a temporary ceasefire or risk worsening relations with the White House under the new Trump administration.